Hello friends and welcome back to Kurt Berglund's Baseball World. We are doing the King of the Hill tournament with Fall Classic Baseball today. And we are up to game number 6 in that tournament. The current King of the Hill is the Cincinnati Reds. And so we are at Riverfront Stadium today and they are taking on 1968 World Series champion Detroit Tigers. This is going to be a good one. Glad you're here. Before we go further, don't forget to check out channel membership. The link to find out all the stuff that you get with channel membership is in the description for this video. Discounts, free stuff, exclusive videos, lots more, adding to the archive all the time, so check that out. Today's pitching matchup is also a good one. It is 31-game winner Denny McLain going for the visiting Tigers against right-hander Gary Nolan for the 1975 Cincinnati Reds. And Nolan, of course, at the start of his career was an extremely hard-throwing pitcher, but became a finesse pitcher due to injuries and just, I suppose, getting smarter as a pitcher. So it's going to be McLain versus Nolan in this one. We're at Riverfront, so no DH, but there wouldn't be anyway because the 68 Tigers didn't use one. Had the dilemma in creating the 1968 Tigers lineup today about what in the world to do with Ray Oyler, Mickey Stanley, Jim Northrup, and the whole hee-haw gang. So what I'm going to try, because Stanley's defensive metrics at shortstop are a little bit on the shaky side, we're going to go with Oyler. And in this game, we'll use Northrup in center field, so Stanley will start out the game on the bench. I don't know how we're going to manage that going forward. I always find the 68 Tigers to be a challenging team to manage. Maybe you do too. You can let us know in the comments what you think about that. But that's what we're going to try today and see if it works out. The winner of this game will host the 1952 Brooklyn Dodgers, the National League pennant winners. So that is the reward that the winner of this game gets. So, without any further ado, let's get to today's starting lineups. For the visiting Detroit Tigers, leading off at second base is Dick McAuliffe. Batting second batting second right field, Al Kaline. Batting third in center field, Jim Northrup. Batting fourth in left field, Willie Horton. Batting fifth at first base, Norm Cash. Batting sixth behind the plate, it's Bill Freehan. Batting seventh at third base, Don Wirt. Batting eighth at shortstop, the aforementioned Ray Oyler. And batting ninth and doing the pitching, it's 31-6 Cy Young Award winner, Denny McLain. All right, for the 75 Reds, on the carpet at Riverfront Stadium, Pete Rose leads off at third base. Joe Morgan bats second. At second base, Johnny Bench bats third behind the plate. Tony Perez bats fourth. He'll be at first. George Foster bats fifth. He'll be in left field. Ken Griffey bats sixth. He'll play right field. Dave Concepcion bats seventh. He'll play short. And Cesar Geronimo bats eighth, and he will play center field. On the mound, it's Gary Nolan. Gary Nolan had 32 starts in 1975. He had 5 complete games, 211 innings, 15-9 record. And we are ready to go. Using a combination of fast action cards and dice, here we go. Dick McAuliffe leads off against Gary Nolan. And we're going to have an error check. Oh, we got to check Gary Nolan's stuff, don't we? He has C stuff, and Denny McLain has A stuff today. All right, so it's a 51. So a 1 will strike out McAuliffe, but that's not a 1. So we're going to do an error check. The error check will be for Gary Nolan. And he is an error 0, so he's going to make that play. If even I can calculate that one. My friends, don't forget, there's 3 kinds of people in the world. Those that can do math and those that cannot. Al Kaline batting second. And Gary Nolan kicks and deals. This will be a range check unless I roll a 1. I didn't, but I saw the 1, but I didn't get it. 52 will be an error check for first baseman Tony Perez. His error number is an 8. And he makes the play unassisted for out number 2. Here comes Jim Northrup playing center field. Nolan kicks and deals to Northrup, and this is to right and deep. Back goes Griffey to the wall, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So, one more biscuit for breakfast, and Jim Northrup puts the Tigers on the board, but no. Here we go to the bottom of the first. Denny McLain with his A stuff will take on Rose, Morgan, and Bench in the Reds' first inning. Pete stands in there. The pitch from McLain will also be an error check unless I roll a 1 to 5. Nope. Let's see who the error check is for. It's for third baseman Don Wirt. His error number is a 5. And he scoops that one up and makes the throw to Norm Cash for out number 1 in the bottom of the first. Joe Morgan up. Reds got here by virtue of defeating the 1974 A's in our last game. The pitch is swung on by Morgan. He hits a bounding ball to Dick McAuliffe, who's up with it and throws to Cash for out number 2 in the first. Now it's Bench. McLain kicks and deals. This is a righty-righty matchup. Hit in the air to center. Jim Northrup into right center a few steps, and he's going to make the catch for out number 3. We've got 1 in the books, and we've got no score in Cincinnati on the carpet at Riverfront Stadium. In the Tigers' second, it'll be Willie Horton, Norm Cash, Bill Freehan, and if anybody gets on, Don Wirt. Nolan winds and deals. This is gonna be strike 3, swinging on a bender. 1 down in the Tigers' second. Norm Cash up. Nolan kicks and deals. Hit in the air to right. Toward the line is Ken Griffey, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Coming up now, it's Bill Freehan. 5 in a row to start the game for Gary Nolan. The pitch. There will be a out of the kitchen. Oh my God, I smell gas. It's a range check. Ground ball short. That's Dave Concepcion. His range is a 14. And he makes the play to Tony Perez for the third out. 6 up, 6 down for Gary Nolan. Holding that powerful Tiger offense in check so far. For the Reds in the bottom of the second will be Perez, Foster, and Griffey. 4, 5, 6 against Denny McLain and his various legal issues. The pitch from McLain to Perez will be a range check. Unless I roll a 1 to 5, which I did not. This will be a range check for Dick McAuliffe. McAuliffe's range is an 11. And it bounces past him into right field, where Al Kaline is going to pick it up and throw it back in. So Perez has the first Reds hit. He is, in fact, the first base runner in this ball game. And now George Foster. McLain the stretch, the pitch to Big George, and this is going to be a base hit for Foster. Stopping at second is Perez as Kaline charges hard and gets it back in. 2 on with nobody out in the bottom of the second for Ken Griffey. Could lay down a bunt here, but I'm not going to. McLain the stretch, the pitch to Griffey. Ballpark check for Ken Griffey. He's a left-handed batter, of course. And we need the wildest section of chart 54. Foul pop-up, first base, fan interference if the away team is fielding. Fan interference, batter out. So, they're going to make that, I believe, a put-out for Norm Cash. So there's 1 down because of the Reds' fan interference. Concepcion up now with Perez at second, Foster still at first. 1 man out. Tiger infield playing for 2. The pitch from McLain to Concepcion is a range check unless I roll a 1 to 5, which I don't. The range check is for Ray Euler. Ray Euler's range is an 11. He gloves it and goes to McAuliffe for 1. The relay to Cash is in time for a rally-killing, soul-crushing 6-4-3 double play turned by the Tigers. McLain gets into and out of a little stickiness in the bottom of the second. We go to the third with no score in this game. The winner gets the 1952 Brooklyn Dodgers. Not going to be an easy task. Wirt, Euler, and McLain 7, 8, 9 coming in the Tiger lineup. Nolan working on a string of 6 in a row to start this game. The pitch from Gary. Chart 54, where are you? That's the question on America's mind. Here we go. 11. Ground ball back to Gary Nolan. He knocks it down, picks it up, fires to first. He's an E0, so we don't have to worry about that. He makes the play for out number 1. Ray Euler. 135 hitter on the 1968 season. Nolan kicks and deals. There is a fly ball to center. Cesar Geronimo coming in and makes the catch for out number 2. Here's Denny McLain. Nolan kicks and deals. We'll have an error check. An error check. 52 will be a comebacker to Nolan. He's going to handle this just fine. Flip to Tony Perez, and that'll retire the Tigers. In the third, we go to the bottom of the third, no score. Gary Nolan with 9 in a row to start this ball game. Reminding folks that he could pitch a little bit too. Geronimo, Nolan, and Rose. 8-9-1 coming in the Reds' third inning. Denny McLain kicks and deals. This will be a ballpark check. Geronimo, a left-handed batter. That is popped up. Don Wirt in foul territory will take it for out number 1. Now it's Gary Nolan, 176 on the 1975 season. The pitch from McLain. Hey, struck him out on the broccoli cauliflower medley. Yes. 2 down, and it's Rose. 0 for 1. The pitch from McLain. Hey, struck him out on a bender. That will retire the Reds in inning number 3. We go to the 4th, and we have, to no one's surprise, a pitching duel. No score after 3. Gary Nolan gets the top of the Tiger order in inning number 4. McAuliffe, Kaline, and Northrup. Whoop, wait, and I'm throwing dice. The pitch from Gary Nolan to McAuliffe. Strikeout 1 to 3. No. Hit in the air to center. Under it is Cesar Geronimo for out number 1. Now it's K-line. Gary Nolan winds and delivers. Ball 4, and there's the first Tiger base runner. 10 in a row retired by Gary. Now it's Northrup. K-line at first. Nolan the stretch and the delivery. This will be hit in the air to right. Ken Griffey toward the line is going to make the catch for out number 2, and now Willie Horton. Nolan the stretch and the delivery to Willie, and there's the first hit for the Tigers. It's a base hit to right field. K-line will round second and head for third. There will be Tigers at the corners with 2 outs now for Norm Cash. Tigers with their first threat of the game. But there are 2 outs. Freehand would be next. The pitch from Nolan to Cash. Hey, struck him out. He humped up on that fastball. That will retire the side with Gary Nolan's second strikeout. We've played 3.5, and your score. Both teams have what the little boy shot at. Nothing. All right, Joe Morgan, Johnny Bench, Tony Perez, 2, 3, 4 in the Reds lineup. Good ball game, friends. Here we go. The pitch from McLain, chart 54. Chart 54 is a 17. That's going to be a range check for Bill Freehand. He is an N. And that's ball 4 because they are the away team. So Morgan gets his walk. And now we know what that means because Sparky's going to try and make something happen here. Denny McLain has an average arm, so that will mean that Joe Morgan can get the jump on an attempted steal 3 through 6. He gets the jump. All right, Bill Freehand's arm is strong, so we subtract 2. Morgan is a 1 to 12 on the stolen base attempt. There he goes. Bench takes the pitch. The throw from Freehand down to McAuliffe is not in time, and Morgan steals second base. So he's in scoring position now for the Reds catcher, who's behind in the count 0-1. Bench 0 for 1. The pitch from McLain. Righty-righty matchup, so it's grounded to Ray Euler. Morgan will hold at second. Euler throws to Cash, and that will retire Bench. 1 down now in the Reds' fourth, and Tony Perez is up. McLain the stretch and the pitch to Doggy. Base hit for Perez. To right field. K-Line's throw is coming home, and it's going to be cut off by Cash. 1-0 Reds as Morgan scores from second on the single to right field by Tony Perez. George Foster comes to the plate now. The Tiger infield at double play depth. Foster is 1 for 1. McLain the stretch and the delivery to Foster. Ground ball, Ray Euler. Euler goes to McAuliffe for 1, and the relay to Cash is in time for a rally-killing, soul-crushing 6-4-3 double play turned by those Detroit Tigers. But the Reds get a run on a hit and don't leave anybody. We go to the 5th, and they have a slim 1-0 lead on 31 game winner Denny McLain. Gary Nolan pitching a gem himself. And he will face Freehand, Wirt, and Euler 6, 7, 8 in the Tiger lineup in the top of the 5th. Gary Nolan winds and deals. This will be chart 54. And that'll be a 20. Pop up, Dave Concepcion We're not going to play rainouts, so Davey's going to make the catch, and there's one down. Don Wirt, 0 for 1. Nolan kicks and deals. Hit in the air to left. George Foster toward the line is going to make the catch for out number 2. And now Ray Euler with McLain, who would be next in the on-deck circle. Euler's 0 for 1. The pitch from Nolan to Ray Euler. And he slaps a line drive that Concepcion gloves, and that will retire the Tigers in the 5th. We're halfway through this one, and it's a good one, as we suspected it would be. 1-0 Reds. They're looking to add to their lead with insurance, or as they say in Central Illinois, insurance. Griffey, Concepcion, Geronimo, 6, 7, 8. In the Reds lineup, Denny McLain has allowed 3 hits. He's walked 1. He has struck out 2. And 1 man has crossed the pay station. The pitch from Denny. That's going to be a hit for Griffey to left field, dropping in front of Horton. He gets it back in. And I think he's going to try a little base running hijinks. Try and get that jump. 3-6, he gets the jump. He does not get a jump, so it's going to be Concepcion. So, McLain the stretch, checks Griffey. The pitch to Dave is going to be trouble. Or maybe it won't be. No, it's not going to be trouble. He's a -6. That knocks it down to a 0. It's a line drive right at Norm Cash. And there's 1 down. Cesar Geronimo, 0 for 1. Gary Nolan on deck. The pitch to Cesar. Base hit for Geronimo. Goes to left field. Checking Willie Horton's arm. And Griffey's got to slam on the brakes. 2 on with 1 out now for Nolan. Number of options here for Sparky with Griffey at second and Geronimo at first. McLain the stretch, he's going to deliver to home. Nolan is going to square around a bunt, and he gets it down. Denny McLain gloves it and fires to McAuliffe covering first, and that'll move up the runners to second and third with 2 outs for Pete Rose. Griffey at third, Geronimo at second, 2 men out, bottom of the 5th. Reds lead 1-0. Rose is 0 for 2. McLain, the stretch, and the delivery to Pete Rose. Rose hits it in the air to center. Here comes Jim Northrup, and he will make the catch for out number 3. So again, the Reds threaten with 2 on, just as they did in inning number 2, but do not score, just as they did not in inning number 2. We go to the 6th. It's 1-0 Cincinnati. Or if you're Sparky Anderson, Cincinnati. Or if you're Milo Hamilton, 50% of the time, Cincinnati. The other 50%, Milo went with Cincinnati. So you tell me. I don't know. In fact, the whole Milo Hamilton thing, you tell me. I don't know. Denny McLain, Dick McAuliffe, Al Kaline, 9-1-2 in the Tigers 6th. Nolan kicks and deals. Smash to center on a line at Geronimo, and he makes the catch for out number 1. 2 base runners allowed by Gary Nolan so far. A walk to Kaline, a single to Horton. Both happened in the 4th. Other than that, nothing for the Tigers. Nolan winds and deals to McAuliffe. There's a ballpark check. McAuliffe, of course, a left-handed batter. Oh, and it's smoked down the left field line. Foster's got to go get it in the corner. Around first comes McAuliffe. He's going to second. He's got a 1-out double. Al Kaline now with a chance to tie the game. In case you're thinking about Nolan's stamina, 30 batters, so he has faced 19 to this point. Kaline at the plate. Sparky's going to get his bullpen cooking. It's going to be Pedro Borbon and Will McEnany. Lefty-righty double-barreled action, just the way Sparky likes it whenever he's in Cincinnati, or Cincinnati. And Kaline's 0 for 1. Nolan the stretch and the pitch to Al Kaline is a ground ball to Concepcion. Cuts it off from going up the middle. Plants and throws to Perez to retire Kaline at first as McAuliffe moves to third with 2 outs, and now it'll be Northrup. Jim is 0 for 2. The pitch from Nolan to Northrup. Hit in the air to center. This will drive Geronimo back almost to the warning track, but he's got room and makes the catch for out number 3. The Tigers threaten but do not score in the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th for the Reds, and it's 1-0 Cincinnati. It'll be Morgan, Bench, and Perez challenging Denny McLain in inning number 6. They're looking for that elusive insurance. The pitch from McLain to Morgan is swung on by Joe and hit to right. This will drive Kaline back to the track, but no further. And there's 1 down in the bottom of the 6th. Here's Bench. Johnny is 0 for 2. McLain kicks and deals. Hey, struck him out on the broccoli cauliflower medley with a little nacho cheese. Gas. 2 down in the bottom of the 6th, and now it's Perez. He is 2 for 2, the only man with 2 hits in the game. The pitch. And it's to left and deep. Horton back. Warning track. Wall and gone. Perez is 3 for 3 with a bomb to left. 2-0 Reds. That seemed like a lot of runs right about now. Here's Foster. 2 outs in the 6th. 1 for 2 for Big George today. The pitch. There's a shot by Foster into the left center field gap. It's going to split Northrup and Horton. Northrup runs it down at the wall. Foster around second and stops there with a 2-out double. Griffey comes to the plate. 1 for 2 for Ken. McLain the stretch and the delivery to Griffey. Ground ball hit to Norm Cash. He's going to take it himself and retire the side in the 6th. But the Reds get their insurance. A run on a Tony Perez homer. 2 hits. They leave 1. We go to the 7th. 2-0 Reds. And Nolan is throwing a gem. Nolan will face Horton, Cash, and Freehand. Here's Willie Horton. No sign of the Who. Or Roger Daltrey, for that matter. Or Pete Townsend. Or any other of that hee-haw gang. All right. Horton's 1 for 2. The pitch from Nolan to Horton is ball 4, and the Tigers have a leadoff base runner for the first time in this game. Cash 0 for 2. Borbon and McEnany are cooking in the bullpen. Nolan the stretch, the pitch. Cash swings and hits it in the air to right. Under it is Ken Griffey, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Bill Freehand up now. He can put a charge into one. 25 bombs in 1968 for Freehand. Nolan the stretch, the pitch to Freehand. And there's a base hit. It'll be the 3rd hit off Nolan. A base hit to left. Willie Horton will stop at second. There's 2 on with 1 out now for Don Wirt. Euler would be next, but can you let him bat? That's the question on America's mind. The pitch to Wirt. Nolan, the stretch, the delivery. Ground ball, Morgan. Morgan goes to Concepcion for 1. The relay to Perez is in time for a rally-killing, soul-crushing 4-6-3 double play turned by the Reds due to Concepcion's strong arm. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's time to stretch them out at Riverfront with your score. Reds 2, Tigers nothing. Concepcion, Geronimo, and Nolan. And Sparky's going to have an interesting choice to make there as well. But first, let's get Concepcion in the batter's box. He's 0 for 2. McLain winds and deals. Hey, struck him out. Baked beans. Gas. McLain can go 36 batters before fatigue may become an issue, and he is coming up to 27, so he's doing fine. Geronimo's 1 for 2. Denny kicks and deals. Line drive, Norm Cash. Would have gone for extra bases, but Stormin' Norman made the grab, and that'll bring up Nolan. And that made the decision for Sparky by there being nobody on base. So there's 2 outs. Nobody aboard. McLain winds and delivers. Nolan swings and sends it in the air to right. Coming in quickly is Al Kaline in time to make the catch for out number 3. So we've got 7 in the books. 2-0 Reds. Euler, McLain, and the top with McAuliffe coming against Gary Nolan. Now, McEnany has been replaced by, I'm sorry, that's not true. Pedro Borbon has been replaced by Raleigh Eastwick. And McEnany continues to throw. Euler is due. He will not bat. So we're going to see some pinch hitters now for Detroit. Or if you're Mike Ditka, Detroit. Eddie Matthews is going to lead off pinch hitting for Euler. Gates Brown is on deck to pinch hit for McLain as Mayo Smith starts making moves. In the Tiger bullpen, John Hiller, left-hander, is throwing, and so is Daryl Patterson, a right-hander. Alrighty. So Eddie Matthews steps in there first, the 36-year-old veteran, batting for Euler. Nolan kicks and deals to Matthews, and Eddie hits it on the ground to Tony Perez. Tony gloves it. He's going to take it himself for out number 1. Now it's Gates Brown, pinch hitter deluxe. For Mayo Smith, he is batting for Denny McLain. McLain's day ends with 7 innings of work. 7 hits allowed. He walked 1. He struck out 4. He allowed 2 runs. They're both earned, and one of them was a home run. He cannot win this. Well, yeah, he could win this game. We'll see at the end of the inning. Nolan, the wind and the delivery to Gates Brown is a base hit for Gates Brown to left field. So he's aboard. That'll bring the tying run to the plate in McAuliffe, and that's going to bring Sparky Anderson out of the dugout. Gary Nolan's day is over. We're going to see Will McEnany in the top of the 8th. So, let's tell you about Gary Nolan's day. Gary Nolan went 7 1/3 innings. He allowed just 4 hits, one of them a double. The other 3 were singles, 2 walks. He struck out 2. Nobody crossed the pay station on him, but Gates Brown at first base is his responsibility. Now, we're going to see a runner for Gates Brown. And that will be Dick Tracewski. So Gates Brown returns to the Tiger dugout. And Dick Tracewski takes over at first base to run for him. Dick McAuliffe is at the plate against Will McEnany. Now, McEnany went 70 innings in 1975. 70 appearances, 91 innings, a 5-2 record with 15 saves. The 23-year-old youngster was a hard thrower. Now, Dick McAuliffe is up. He's 1 for 3. Tracewski at first, 1 man out. The Reds infield playing for double play depth. The pitch from McEnany to McAuliffe. All right, Dick swings and pops it up. This wouldn't be a home run in a phone booth. Joe Morgan calling and taking for out number 2. And now K-Line is up with Northrup on deck. Yeah, I think Sparky goes to the pen here, so I will as well. He wants Raleigh Eastwick. To face K-Line. So McEnany goes 1/3 of an inning. Eastwick is on. 58 games for Eastwick, 90 innings, 5-3 record with 22 saves. All right, so it's Eastwick against K-Line. It's a righty-righty matchup. Let's see what kind of stuff Raleigh has. He has B stuff. Northrup would be next. Tracewski is still at first. The pitch to Al K-Line. Eastwick, the stretch, and the delivery to Al K-Line is hit in the air to center. Cesar Geronimo into left center quickly and makes the catch for out number 3. Tigers threaten but do not score in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th with your score. Reds 2, Tigers nothing. So Tracewski will stay on and play shortstop in the bottom of the 8th. John Hiller will be the new pitcher for the Tigers. He will bat in the 8th spot in the order. Tell you about his 1968 season as Patterson continues to throw in the bullpen for the Tigers. And he will be joined by left-hander John Warden. And will be the top of the order for the Reds. John Hiller, the left-hander, 25 years old in 1968, had 39 games on the season, 12 starts, 4 complete games, 128 innings, 9-6 record with a pair of saves. He's on to face Rose, Morgan, and Bench in the bottom of the 8th. The winner of this ball game will play Brooklyn, and they are waiting at LaGuardia right now to find out where it is they're flying to. Are they flying to Cincinnati or are they flying to Detroit after the game? Hiller to Rose. Pete's 0 for 3. And the delivery. Let's see what kind of stuff Hiller's got. He has B stuff. And Pete swings and hits it in the air to right. Into right center is K-line, and there's one down. Now it's Joe Morgan. Joe is 0 for 2, but he had a critical walk and a stole second and scored the first run of the game on a single by Perez in the bottom of the fourth. The pitch from Hiller to Morgan. Morgan swings, hits it on a line to Willie Horton, who comes on and makes the catch for out number 2. Here's Bench. 0 for 3 for Johnny. The pitch from Hiller. Hit in the air to center, high but not deep for Northrop. And that will retire the Reds in the 8th. We're going to the 9th. Gonna be a big finish. It's 2-0 Reds, with the 68 Tigers sending up the meat of their order in the 9th inning. Northrop, Horton, and Cash. And if anybody should reach, Bill Freehand. Raleigh Eastwick is on to try and finish the shutout and get the save. He earned the save against the A's in our last game. Northrop is 0 for 3. The pitch from Eastwick to Northrop is ball 4. The tying run will come to the plate now because Northrop trots down to first. Here's Willie Horton. He led the Tigers in homers in 1968 with 36 bombs and a .285 average. On deck is Cash. Sparky's bullpen is cooking again. Pedro Bourbon and Clay Carroll are throwing for Sparky. 1 for 2 for Horton. He also drew a walk. Eastwick the stretch and the pitch to Willie, and there's a base hit. This is going to be a base hit. Cut off by Geronimo. Going to third is Northrop, and the Tigers have men at the corners with nobody out in the 9th. Cash comes to the plate. Now the Reds infield, of course, they don't care too much about Northrop at third. They want to keep Horton from scoring, so they're going to play at double play depth. On deck is Freehand. Let's check Horton's speed. I think it's average. It is average. Do the Tigers have somebody quicker? That's the question on America's mind. Well, they have Mickey Stanley. But they might need him. So they're not going to bat. They're not going to run for Horton yet. Unless there's a pitcher that's quick. Maybe there's a pitcher that's quick. There is not a pitcher that's quick. They're all slow. So Willie Horton's going to have to carry the mail at first base. Northrop at third. Cash is up there. Eastwick, the stretch. The delivery to the Tiger first baseman. High struck. Yeah, I'm out. Baked beans. Gas. Eastwick humped up on that fastball. One down. Now it's Freehand. Double play depth resumes for the Reds infield. Freehand's 1 for 3. Wirt is on deck. The pitch from Eastwick to Freehand. Ground ball, Concepcion. He's going to go to Perez with it. Wait a minute. No, he's not. Concepcion goes to second base himself. and is promptly wiped out and knocked into left field by Willie Horton. So it's a fielder's choice. Northrup scores. It's 2-1. Concepcion takes it to second himself, and he's knocked into next week by Big Willie Horton. And Freehand is safe at first. Now it's Don Wirtz. Well, isn't that a fine how do you do? Well, Stanley is now going to pinch hit for Wirtz and try and keep the proceedings alive for the Tigers. So Mickey Stanley will pinch hit for the Tiger third baseman, who's 0 for 3 in this game. Earl Wilson, the pitcher, is in the on-deck circle. He will bat for Hiller should Stanley reach. However, Freehand's at first. There's 2 men out. Mickey Stanley is the last chance saloon for the Tigers. The score is 2-1. 1 more out, and the Reds will advance or continue as King of the Hill, and the Brooklyn Dodgers will fly to Cincinnati to play them in our next game. Eastwick the stretch, the pitch to Mickey Stanley. Stanley swings, hits it in the air to center, right at Cesar Geronimo, and the Cincinnati Reds hang on to win this one 2-1. Gary Nolan defeats Denny McLain. Let's give you the totals. For the homestanding Reds, 2 runs, 7 hits, and they committed no errors. The Tigers, 1 run on 5 hits, and they committed no errors. The winning pitcher is Gary Nolan. He is 1-0. The losing pitcher is Denny McLain. He is 0-1. Raleigh Eastwick earns the save. It is his second in this tournament. The MVP is Gary Nolan. He held a powerful Tiger offense down with 4 hits and 2 walks in 7 1/3 innings. Well, yeah, I'm going with Nolan. Although I could have picked Perez. He had both RBIs and went 3 for 3. What the heck? We'll go co-MVPs, and I will wimp out. We'll split the difference. All right, for the Reds, they will get a good night's sleep. Stay here. The Brooklyn Dodgers of 1952 vintage are getting on the plane to fly to Cincinnati and play them in our next game. I don't know, but I'm thinking Joe Black will go in that game for Brooklyn, the right-hander, and he will be opposed by Cincinnati Reds left-hander Fred Norman, who's going to have the tall order of being a left-handed pitcher going against that Brooklyn Dodger lineup of right-handed sluggers. So we'll have an interesting ball game. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to check out channel membership. Follow the link in the description for this video and you'll be all set. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you again. So long, everybody.